So we're talking about sidechain compression in Ableton. This is one of the most basic techniques that you can learn, but it's very effective. Essentially, sidechaining, if you've never heard of this before, it's where we take one signal, it's audio, it's usually a kick drum or a snare drum, and we route that sound to a compressor on another sound. And that other sound is triggered by the compressor and ducks the sound while our trigger sound plays. So it sort of cuts out a little space for it to be. So all we need to do is we need to grab a compressor. Right now we have a kick drum sound and some chords. They both sound like this together. But we need the kick drum to push those chords out of the way. So we're gonna use a compressor for that. And all we got to do is we got to load in our compressor, and then we need to flip open this section right here and hit sidechain. So the compressor is going to ask us what signal we want to route to the compressor. And we are going to choose our kick, just like that. And when we play it, nothing's really happening, right? You can see this gain reduction meter. It's barely moving, right? We need that to be going down a lot more. So we could bring our threshold down, and this is basically telling the compressor to start working when it receives signal above negative 35.3 decibels. Now we're starting to get somewhere. We'll bring up that ratio as well. We're going to turn down our attack. The ratio just tells the compressor how much compression to apply. We want to apply a lot here. You can even go up to infinite if you want. If you really want that aggressive sidechaining, but just adjust all of these to taste. This is a very important one too, the release. A lot of guys that I would teach, they would just leave it at 50 and they'd be like, all right, I'm good. But a lot of the time you want to click over here and look at this graph view. This will give you a better visual representation of what your sidechaining is doing. The higher the release, the longer it takes for that compressor to recover and let that sound back in. But another contributing factor is the signal we have sending to the compressor, right? We picked our kick, but our kick isn't just that first initial punch, which is really what we want to be triggering this compressor. So we're going to turn on our EQ. And what this is going to do is it's going to filter the signal that the compressor is picking up. So in this case, a kick drum has really high frequencies for the transient, but mostly low frequencies for the tail and the body. So we probably don't need much of that tail, which is just bass. So we could bring this up, maybe like we'll bring it up to like 400 hertz almost. Now it looks really tight. And this could be what we're after, but if you're looking for that pumping action, you want to probably bring that release back up. And you could still adjust all the parameters to taste. This is really just about what works best for your song, but that's how you get sidechaining in Ableton.